Hey there, how there, ho there, Chef Cutter. I'm walking into yet another In the Pocket Bowling event. We have ourselves continuous action of the Tournament of Champions, if you will. We started with the top 50 bowlers of all time, 25 head to head matchups, 7 highest runner up scores added round 32, and now we're in the round of 16. You know that Jason Couch, um, Bob Allen, Larry Lobb, and David Ferraro are in the quarterfinals. So we're going to be having two matches. Our first match is Nelson Burden Jr. taking on Dave Husted. The winner of this game, well, Burden Jr. wins, then he's in quarter number 4. If Husted wins, he has to face Lobb. So Nelson Burden Jr. from ABC will start first. He throws a 1-3-2. That's a 6. If it was a 4-1-1 on a 6, that's a strike, but it's not. It's a 1-3-2, so that's a open frame. 10 to 15 for a strike. Husted. Throws a 5-6, and why the heck is it being such a prick? I swear the hockey pucks, like, if you don't do too many games at one point. Like, hey, my, holy cow. So Nelson Burden kind of got lucky. Well, he throws a strike. Husted's a little fuming because of the fact that Burden had blocked it. Well, anyway, Husted throws a 2-2-5. That's 9. Burden throws a 5-3-1. That's a spare. On 3. He throws 3-1-2. There's your open frame. Okay, that's fine. Husted 6-2-4. That's a strike. So Burden got the open frame he was supposed to have. Husted throws a 1-4-5. That's 10. That's just enough. Burden throws a 3-2-4. That's 9 pins. On 5, he throws a 2-2-3. That's a 7. Husted throws a 2-1-1. That's an open frame of his own. On a pocket chart. Oof. On 6, he throws a 2-1-3. That's 6 pins, but that's good for 9. Burden throws a 5-6-1. That's a strike. He's only down by 9 after 5. On 7, he throws a 3-6-3. That's a 13. Husted throws a 2-6-4. That's 12. On 8, he throws a 3-2-1. Boom. For a spare. Burden throws a 3-5-5. That's back 2 frames. So that's a strike. On 9, he throws a 6-6-5. That's a strike. Husted throws a 3-5-6. That's a strike himself. I believe they're going to let Husted go first in the 10th. He does. 5-5-6. Pair of 5s, back 2 frames to the 8th. And then one more is 193. Burden throws a 3-6-1. That's a strike. He'll win the first game. Remember, it's pin total. He wins 221, 193. So Burden does win over Husted anyway. So Burden would like to go to the fourth quarterfinal. Husted would face Lobb if he gets to the quarterfinals. So that's the first game, 221, 193. Remember, it's total pins. Husted starts the second game with a 6-6-3, and he's going to get a nasty surprise. That is going to be a open frame. Burden throws a 3-5-6. That's 14. That's okay. On 2, he throws a 4-1-1. Good for him. That's combination gets him a strike. Husted throws a 3-2-1 boom for a spare. Husted throws 2-4-4 for 10. Burden throws a 4-2-5. That's 11. That's enough for a strike. On 4, he throws a 4-2-2. That's 8. That definitely isn't a strike. Husted throws a 4-1-2. Once again, that's 7 pins. On 5, he throws a 6-1-6. That's not good because pair of 6, he goes back 1 frame to the 4 frame score, and that's what it is. Burden throws a 2-2-6. That's a KO on everyone's board. Looking like he wants to add on. He throws a 6-1-1. Bad news because that's an open frame instead of an 8 spare. Husted throws a 3-5-4. That's a 12. That's a strike. On 7, he throws a 2-4-6-8. What do you appreciate? Strike. Burden throws a 2-4-1. That's a spare. On 8, he throws a 4-3-5. That's 12. That's a strike. Husted Throws a 4-1-2. That's a spare. On 9. He throws a 2-6-3. That's 11. That's a strike. And Verdant throws a 6-3-2 for a strike. Husted on 10. 2-1-5. That's a spare. Throws some pins. And he throws 8 for 191. Yipes. On to 10. Verdant throws a 5-6-4. That's a strike. 3-4-6. That's a strike. And another strike for good measure. 236. So Burden throws a pretty good game himself. Started off fast and furious. And he's up by 73, is it? 45-73. Wow. So Burden will have to have a massive collapse to not get to the quarterfinals. Dave Husted is in deep trouble. They're gonna allow by 70 points. They're gonna allow Husted to throw all the pins by himself. And he throws a 203. Had a couple of open frames ruin him. So Burden would have to throw a shithole. 150 wouldn't be enough. Burden just needs some easy ones. First frame, he throws a strike. I think he's okay. On 2, he throws another strike. That's 14. On 3, he throws another strike. On 4, he throws another strike. On 5, he throws another strike. I think he's safe. On 6, he throws another strike. 7, he doesn't throw a strike. 167 definitely wasn't going to be that terrible. So yeah, Dave Husted got hustled and bustled. Birdie cut through. So Birdie will move on to quarter number 4, in a sense. Now we'll see how he does here. He keeps getting spares, and he puts up at 242. Not even trying. Well, 6 straight strikes. 242. He wasn't even trying. Well, Husted just couldn't put anything on the board, and Burden puts up a 699. I think that's the highest score for three rounds. It doesn't matter, does it? No. So now we go to total pins again. And we're going to go to our second matchup of the day. McGrath versus Wiseman. So Mike McGrath will take on Danny Wiseman. This will be our 6th matchup. If McGrath wins, he'll face Burden. If Wiseman wins, he faces Love. So we'll see what ends up happening. So Mike McGrath will go first. I know we're going by a little too quickly. McGrath throws a 1-2-6. That's a 9. Well, McGrath throws a 5, which is a 2-2-1, not a 3-1-1. That's a strike. 10-15. Then he was been 3 of a kind. A 5. That's a 2-2-1, just like McGrath. Or 10-15. That's a strike. Wiseman throws a 2-3-4. That's a 9. On 2, he throws 6-5 for a strike. And McGrath throws triple twos, which actually is a spare. For 7 pins on the first one. McGrath throws a 1-5-1. That's a 7. That's a terrible one. If any other 7 combination, that's a spare. Adage. Danny Wiseman throws a 2-3-3. That's a spare. On 4, he throws a 4-5-1. Just enough for a K. McGrath throws a 6-1-3. That's a strike. On 5, he throws a 2-4-6 for 12. Wiseman throws 4-1-5. That's a strike. Wiseman next throws a 5-6-2. That's a K. McGrath throws a 5-6-1. That's another strike. Battle of strikes here. 7 throws a 6-4. That's 14. That's enough. Wiseman throws a 6-1-4. That's a strike. On 8, he throws a 6-3. That's a strike. McGrath 3-2-3. Unfortunately, that spare might cost him. Strikes over McGrath. Wiseman gets a spare. Well, McGrath, they're going to allow him to continue. On 10, he throws a 6-2-3. That's a strike. Next, he throws a 9, but then hits a 220. Wiseman on 10. He throws a spare, 217. He's going to take the lead. And he throws a strike on his last ball to get 237. And Wiseman has a 17-point lead after one match with McGrath. Pretty good battle. Danny. Well, that open frame fucked McGrath over. Wiseman by 17. There's a 166. That's a troublemaker's player. McGrath throws a 5-2-1 for a spare. McGrath throws 4-2-3 for a spare. Wiseman throws a 5-2-5. That's a spare. Wish it was like that way. On 3, he throws a 6-4-3. That's 13. That's a K. McGrath throws a 1-2-2. That's a strike. McGrath throws a 4-6-4 for 14. Wiseman throws 2-2-3. Only 7 pins, man. On 5, he throws a 1-4-4 for 9. McGrath throws a 5-1-2. So that's 8. On 6, he throws a 2-1-1, which is disastrous. That's out of the pocket. So that's an open frame. Wiseman now has a chance to catch him. On 7, throws a 2-4-3. That's 9. Not a strike, but that's okay. McGrath throws a 5-5-2. That's actually good because pair of 5s, you can go back 2 frames. You don't go back 1 frame to the open frame. And another 3-6-6, so back 1 frame on that. So 8-7. Wiseman throws a 6-5-5 for a strike. Back 2 frames. Strike by Wiseman. McGrath throws 2-3-1. That is a open frame. So I think he needs to throw. Yes, he does. A spare and a strike. 175. Let's see what Wiseman does. He throws a 3-1-2, and he has an open frame. Yikes. He does win the match 183-175 and has moved his lead up to 25 points, but it's not insurmountable. McGrath can fuck him up. And since McGrath is trailing, he goes first. Throws a 3-5-6. That's 8. That's 14. That's a K. Wiseman throws a 3-2-3. That's 8 pins and a spare. On 2, he throws a 6-4-5, 10, 15. K. McGrath throws a 6-2-1. That's 9. That's not a strike, but it gives him 20 points on the first one. On 3, he throws a 1-2-2 for a strike. If it was a 3-1-1, it would have been a spare. On 3, he throws triple ones. That helps. Matters. That's a strike. On 4, he throws a 5-1-4. That's 10. McGrath throws a 6-5-6. That's a strike. Pair of 6 is back 1 frame 2-3. On 5, he throws a 2-3-6. That's 11. Wiseman throws a 1-4-3. That's an 8. On 6, he throws a 2-3-2. That's only 7. McGrath 5-3-3. That's a strike. Okay. On 7, he throws a 3-5-5. That's 13. Wiseman throws a 1-6-5. That's a strike. Okay. He throws a 6-5-5. That's not good. Back 2 frames is a 6, and that was the spare. On 8, McGrath throws a 3-1-4. That's a spare. He's up by 23 points. It's a close match. On 9, he throws a 6-3-1. That's a strike. Wiseman throws a 6-6. That's a strike. Well, it's actually. Well, Wiseman needs to throw. Wiseman throws a 1-6-3. That's a strike. Next ball is a 5-3-1. That's 9. 224. So he ends up at 224, 644. So McGrath needs to throw strikes. And that's a strike. This could be interesting. Throws a 3-3-2, 246. Oh my gosh. He wins 246, 224. And unreal. Match 3, he loses 644 to 641. You don't see that every day. Now, they do give the 5-point rule, but because Wiseman will face law, yeah, because the the east side bowler, McGrath is west side, Wiseman's east side, because McGrath's to the left, Wiseman's to the right. Because the east side has only won one of the first 4, they're going to give the benefit of a doubt to Wiseman and to give Wiseman the win. Yeah, McGrath had struck He would have had 246. Yeah, he would have won because his third ball would not matter what he threw. So he would have beaten Danny Wiseman. But man, he misses, he spares, but he misses by 3 points. Well, he had three spares. Wiseman had 5 spares, but McGrath ran out of time. Yeah, McGrath ran out of time. Nice job on the third frame. Like I said, it wasn't a given for Danny, but he won 644, 641. That's a close one. And Danny Wiseman gets the benefit of it out. He will face Lob. So that's it. Anything Jeff Diamond to do.